Kia ora, and welcome to this game on crude oil. It's a gridlock game done by the Royal Society of Chemistry, and there are a number of different options. You will be doing the one on crude oil here. So how do we play this game? First of all, you have all the fractions from the fractionating column of crude oil, and you'll notice there's one missing. So you fill in the uses that relate to each fraction, and I'll just do this quickly, and you would think about it, and then you would check your answers. You got them correct, you go to the next one. Now this game is like playing Sudoku, so it's a bit of logic as well as learning which use and which fraction go together. So for example, you've got refining gases, kerosene, gasoline and naphtha as your fractions, and then you've got the different uses for it. Now all the ones in red are the fractions, all the ones in blue are the uses, and what you need to do is make sure that each row and each column has the 4 different fractions, 2 of which will be the actual fractions, and the other 2 will be uses of the other 2 fractions. So as an example, what we have here is refining gases and aeroplanes. So aeroplanes use kerosene. So what we are missing is naphtha and gasoline. Now we've got gasoline down here, which means this part cannot have gasoline in it. So the use for the naphtha fraction must come in here, because we've got to have the 4 different types, remember. And that means we've got the missing one over here, which is gasoline. So we've got our first row. Now we've got 3 of these 4, so it's refining, gasoline, kerosene. So the one that would fit in here is the naphtha, and so we've got our 4 different types over there. Now let's just do this column. You could do any particular ones, but you've got refining gases, naphtha, and we've got to fill in these 2. Now there's also naphtha, so we can't have gasoline over here. So that means the use for gasoline must go up there, because if you think of the 4, we had refining gases, naphtha, gasoline and kerosene. So cars must go over there, and we just pull on this arrow until we get cars, and then we need aeroplanes, which uses kerosene over there. Now we have 4 in a row here, of which one is missing. So if you think it's gasoline, naphtha, kerosene, so the one that's missing is your refinery gases, and it's a use, so a camping gas is a use of refinery. Now here we've got 4, of which one is missing. So if you think of it, it's the refinery gas, we've got gasoline, we've got kerosene, so naphtha is the one that's missing over here. So you just go, for uses is the plastics, so that's a use of naphtha. Now if we go over here, we've got plastics and we've got gasoline, so we've got to fill in these 2. Okay, cars, gasoline, that's already done. We can't use naphtha, so it might be easier to do this one first. We've got plastics and aeroplanes, so that's the kerosene and naphtha. But we've also got gasoline here, so the only one that's missing is your refinery gas. So you would have to check to see your use of refining gas, which if we just go along, and hopefully we'll find the use, which is camping gas over there. So the missing bit over here is the fraction relating to aeroplanes, so that is kerosene, and so you would look for kerosene and hopefully we'll find it there. There it is. So the missing bit, well, that cars would fit in over here, and this would be the last missing bit, and there's the refining. So all 4 columns and all 4 rows have all the 4 different fractions. Notice that you do it against the time. You actually have hints, and if you crash out you have 3 lives. So you just click on give me a hint. Now check your answers to see if you can go to the next level. and you can, and then you do some more fractions, because we only did the first 4, so there are some more that you can do. If you enjoy this sort of thing, if you go to level 1, there are a number of different games you can play, particularly if you've done the learning for the 9044 standard, which is the acids and bases, because you can do alkalis and salts, acids and salts, acids and alkalis, and so on. There are common compounds, elements, formulae, and so on that you can do. So have fun. Goodbye.